In this video we're going to show you how to cook our dry aged steak at home. So first we want to remove the steak from the plastic bag. I'm going to bring this up to room temperature, and this can take anywhere up to 15 minutes depending on how thick the steak is. Keep that butter and the thyme that you see on top there, as that's going to come into play when we start to baste and cook this one. Now we want to bring a pot of water up to boil. This is going to be for our side dishes, and at the same time we want to preheat a cast iron skillet. If you don't have a cast iron skillet at home, you can use a non-stick frying pan. With this we're going to add 2 tablespoons of oil. Neutral oil, could be sunflower or olive oil, and then very gently place the steak inside, making sure the butter and the thyme is on the top side of the steak. Please be careful at this point, as it will start spitting because the pan is very hot. So we're going to cook each side for about 7 minutes, or until we get this beautiful crust on each side. When we get that crust, we're going to flip it over, keeping that butter and thyme on top. As I said, that's going to become our basting medium. So very gently flip it over, be careful it doesn't spit back at you, and you'll see that we have this awesome crust there. Now all that butter is now starting to melt, and what we're going to do, we're going to baste by tipping the pan up ever so slightly, let that butter run down, and start basting the steak, taking that melted butter straight on top. Now we're going to continue cooking the steak for about another 5 to 6 minutes until you get that beautiful crust. Now the steaks have been pre-cooked to a medium rare, so if you like your steaks done a little bit more, just cook it longer. Now once this is ready, all we have to do is just remove this and let it rest, and we want to rest it for the same amount of time as we have cooked it for. This will ensure that we have a really nice juicy steak. Remove the side dishes from the boiling water, and please be careful, these are going to be very hot, do not burn yourself. So now we're going to head over and plate this dish. It's going to be very simple. We're going to have separate plates for the side dishes, so in goes our cream spinach. Next we have our creamy mashed potatoes with a hint of Parmesan. And lastly, our steak. We're not going to do much to the steak, but if you have some finishing salt at home, just put a little bit of finishing salt on there, just to your liking. And as you can see, we're going to slice this in, and it's got this beautiful medium rare interior. Enjoy, guys.